Hey guys, welcome to another New World video. So guys, I've been really busy with Life Crap lately in case you've been wondering where the hell all the 5-head videos are. And to anyone else who hasn't been wondering and not looking forward to them, sorry, but I'm working on a few videos that will be popping up this week, so you can all look forward to those. I wanted to make this video today though, and it really was unplanned, but I've been watching other New World content creators, reading the forum posts, seeing it pop up more and more everywhere. And what I am of course talking about is the topic of fresh servers, especially with the upcoming release of the Brimstone Sands. Now, to the reason I wanted to make this video. There are a couple of important things I think we need to consider when discussing fresh servers that no one seems to be discussing that I feel are super important to this and need to be considered. And once they are, you may find that your opinion changes slightly as mine did. Not about whether or not we need to get new servers, because of course we should, but more about when we should get them. So let's just talk about how this might work, and maybe you may think a little harder about this topic. So as everyone knows, New World has had a bumpy road to say the least, being plagued with economic exploits, dupes, bots, changes to the node spawns, changes to the spawn timers, changes to spawn abundance. So many things have changed, and have set the economy a bit off its ass to say the least. And myself, much like many others, would love to play the game on a server where these sorts of things hadn't touched the game the way they have, and have a thriving, balanced, fair world for us to play in and explore. So yes, I do feel that fresh servers would be a remarkable idea. Many players have been away for so long that with all the changes they would feel overwhelmed, and starting fresh would really be the best option to keep things feeling competitive and fun. Another important point is that they are revamping the new player experience with the release of the Brimstone Sands, so many players will want to re-roll to get the full experience, which I completely get, and doing so on a fresh server would be ideal, so that they would have a nice fresh economy, a nice fresh market, a ton of people to level through the content with, and won't feel so left behind as the primarily max player base rolls into Brimstone while they are running the mine excavation. These are all very valid, very true, and very real arguments for having fresh servers that I completely agree with. But there is a glaring issue no one seems to be thinking about, and let me explain. In order to explain this in a way that everyone can wrap their head around, imagine if you will for a second that you start playing on a World of Warcraft Classic server, on a fresh Wrath server to be exact. No one can transfer in with a ridiculous amount of wealth, no gold sellers at the moment to unbalance the play. No level characters to be bots at the moment, all fresh, pristine, and great. Now, also imagine that you have the first zone of the Burning Crusade grant the guilds that hold the 2 towers in Hellfire generate 1 million gold a week as an incentive to have their guilds try to control them. Now, what effect would this have? Well, those massive guilds with a strong community that are metagamers with no jobs or anything to hold them back will power level to the base required level to quickly take control of these areas and begin generating the gold, right? Of course they will. Then as time passes, they will quickly move ahead of the pack, gaining so much wealth that they will pay for their power very quickly. Now imagine 3 weeks after that, the devs say that this is overpowered and remove it from the game, never allowing any additional guilds to ever even try and take control of those zones, leaving the first guilds that had taken control of them way more wealthy than everyone else, and no one ever has a chance to catch up. This would be a horrible game design decision to have on a fresh server that would lead to the death of those new servers. And before you say bad analogy, let me go a bit further and explain why this is even worse than New World. This scenario describes exactly how things are in New World, and why many people got frustrated and quit. The companies that control the settlements, especially key ones like Windsward and Everfall, wind up so powerful and rich that people can't even attempt to take them, because they are threatened by blacklists for other activities. It's just really crazy, and is a big part of the most recent dev blog. I will now play that clip of the dev blog, and while they talk about it, think fresh servers for a moment, and see if your mind logics out the same ending mine did.
Dan, do you want to talk about like some of the big issues you've been hearing from players?
For sure, yeah. Since we've been live, it's been really cool to see how these systems scale. Like, I mean, we've obviously done a lot of scale testing over the years, but nothing compared to what we've seen since we've launched. There's a lot that we want to do with it. I mean, we've heard feedback loud and clear from all different kinds of players. We're kind of taking a like short-term and long-term approach. In the short term, I think we mainly want to address 3 key issues, meaning the economic balancing issues that we've been hearing about, the shell companies, I think we're all friends here. Like, we all know they're called shell companies. It's when you create like multiple companies in order to kind of bypass certain things. We're going to address that. And then the third thing that we're going to address is, help me out here. We just talked about it.
The crafters being left out.
That's the one.
That's the one.
Almost left him out of
See,
the
I have cheat. I have a note.
There's a lot to the territory mechanics, in all seriousness. So like, there's a lot of things we want to fix, like I said. So those big 3, we're going to take action on within the next couple of releases. Our goals for them are basically for the economy. We're going to do some things to kind of spread the money around. So like right now, Everfall and Windsward, I think everybody knows, like those are the territories to own, right? And the other ones are less important. So we wanted to address that. And then we also wanted to address kind of like the runaway win condition of once you have those two territories, like you quickly just generate enough wealth to just be unstoppable.
I think we want, I mean, at a high level, I think how we're thinking about it is we want to make it a fair environment, but still rewarding. However, not so rewarding that if you're not in this, you feel like you could never catch up and never get there, right?
Yeah.
It's owning territory is really cool and it should have some awesome rewards and be powerful, but not so much that you can just destroy everybody else, right?
Now that we have watched this clip, do you see the issue? No? Okay, let me explain. Let's just say AGS releases a ton of fresh servers alongside Brimstone Sands, and everyone is happy and we all begin our journey. Very quickly, those same metagamers will quickly take the settlements I mentioned, Everfall, Windsward, ones like that. And as we all attempt to progress in level, we are lining the pockets of those players. Now I know you're going to say, how's that any different than it is now? Well, it's not. It's how it's always been on New World. At least on a new server, my group can have a chance to be that company. Well, did you pay attention to the clip though? That's the issue. So let's just say the fresh servers come out alongside Brimstone Sands. Small groups of metagamers, level day and night, take these settlements, get a huge boost in coin, power, and gear due to the taxes, and the rest of us come up normal with the dream of one day toppling these companies. Then, about a month later, AGS announces, we will be doing a patch that will revamp the entire territory control system, changing everything, like stated in the video. So now you're in a place where this small group on the fresh servers gained a huge amount of coin from taxes, and the hope and the idea was one day skilled groups of players could contest them balancing it all out, which now can't happen. Controlling these settlements will now, as they say, still give buffs, but not in terms of coin. So the fresh servers that we had all placed so much hope in will be unbalanced and broken by the very nature of being released alongside Brimstone. You see the issue? So although I agree we do need fresh servers eventually, it will be fruitless to release them alongside the Brimstone Sands if the changes to territory control don't come till later, which is how it sounds they're going to be doing it. So, for the health of the game and to maintain balance, it would make a lot more sense to release Brimstone Sands. And when these territory standing revamps are finished, then release fresh servers, so that things can begin on a level playing field, with the long-term health of the server in mind. I know it sucks. I know people are not very patient, but really think about it. Creating fresh servers knowing that they will eventually be unbalanced in favor of 1% by the game's very mechanics is a bit silly, especially when you have already announced that you recognize it was a bad system that creates unbalance by its very nature, and you are changing it, just not in this patch. So guys, you see why I haven't been making these videos cheerleading new fresh servers to be released right away, and why I think we need fresh servers, just not yet. My hope is that although some things will require we are patient, it is worth the wait if what we get in the end is real fresh servers that will be balanced and uncorrupted by the bad game decisions. I know that is a big ask, but as close as we can get to that would be great. Well guys, this was just a short one, but I thought this bit of information was important to the narrative, and no one seems to be mentioning it. So I thought I would throw my 2 cents in and maybe at least encourage people to take a moment to consider the game's health more long term. I know we need more servers, but I don't think we necessarily need fresh servers right now. Those need to wait a bit till the changes come into place. Anyway guys, what do you think? Had you considered this or do you not care and want them anyway? Let me know in the comments. And as always guys, thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one.
Hollow victory. No might of sword, no conviction will keep you from me.